Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Portland International Raceway. Haas IndyCar Series heads northwest for the 16th race of the season in this 20-race schedule. Only 5 races remain here in the Haas IndyCar Series 2022 before we determine a champion. Have ourselves a very busy month of September to determine the champion of the Haas IndyCar Series this year. We're here to qualify for the Aero Grand Prix of Oregon. 26 laps of action tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the channel. Just a couple hours before the real-life Grand Prix of Portland. Should have a very fun event here on this road course. We came here in 2020. Nicholas Samadio won the inaugural event here at this racetrack. We'll have to see if he can get his first win of the season and pull it off this year. But the big story heading into this weekend's event is the fact that the championship battle is as close as it has been pretty much since the Indianapolis 250. But we have a new player in that championship battle, and that is Brian Rodriguez in the number 13. Won the last race that we had at the Pikes Peak International Raceway last week in Colorado. And that shot him up to only 9 points behind Trey Smith in the championship. Zachary Fitzwater now 33 points behind coming into this race, but still with 5 races left to go, mathematically, every driver is still in championship contention. But we'll definitely see how it all shakes out once we get to these next races. And we got some contact already through the chicane. That's something that we might see a little bit of this weekend here at Portland. Of course, this round 1, everybody in this first round of qualifying. The top 6 move on to the Fast 6, position 7 through 26 determined in this first round. There's Trey Smith there in the number 41 machine. Points leader, but he's hanging on by a thread and could easily lose the points lead at the end of tomorrow's race. Only a 9-point lead on Brian Rodriguez heading into this 16th race of the season. We have Portland. Next week we head to Chicagoland for the 100th Haas IndyCar Series event. And then it's the Duel at the Glen and the Haas World Championship 100, or 200K, I should say. 50 laps there at the Pocono Raceway. So a lot of very, very interesting races coming up here in these final 4 events. I mean, 4 of the best tracks we could possibly go to probably in the Haas IndyCar Series coming up on 4 of the races. We got 2 races at Watkins Glen. 3 of the best tracks we could have a race at in the Haas IndyCar Series. First time under speed completed, it is the 97 of Richard Kingart who holds the fastest time, and his teammate Elijah Gordon second quickest. It's just a relatively short road course, just a little under 2 miles in length, so a bit of a longer race lap-wise, 26 laps tomorrow. Ace Garcia has just gone to the top of the board in the number 32 machine. And now Zach Winkle takes the top position away. Of course, only the top 6 count in this first round. So, the top 6 will go on for the pole in a 5-minute session here once we are done. That chicane is definitely going to be a trouble spot for a lot of these guys. Nicholas Samadio, defending winner of this race from 2 years ago, goes to the top of the board, 105.469. And this is definitely a place where it is difficult to pass. However, strategy could come into play. We will have a cycle of pit stops, and when you come down is going to determine how well you do. There's Jay Knapp to the top of the board in the 81 machine. But also, could be a bit of a race of attrition, especially considering this first corner right here. These guys really come in fast, and they really have to hit those brakes significantly to get through the corner well. Jesse Turner to the top of the board with Trey Smith there in second. Then it's Jay Knapp, Nicholas Samadio, Logan Williams, and Brian Rodriguez inside that top 6. So, as it stands right now, the top 2 drivers in points in the Fast 6. You had a feel for Fitzwater. You know, he had this season very well underhand in the first part, but the last few races have not gone his way at all, and it's just been a struggle. He's 11th quickest right now. Still very much in championship contention, and still mathematically could be the points leader at the end of tomorrow's race. But he's definitely been slipping up a little bit since that Indy 250. Has not won since Kansas back at the end of April. He won Texas, he won California, and he won Kansas, and we're heading to Chicagoland next weekend. That could very well play into Fitzwater's favor. Same goes for the finale at Pocono. He's been excellent on the high-speed ovals this season. Just have to see what he can pull off. Nicholas Samadillo back to the top of the board with Jesse Turner in second. Now Nathan Faden, another guy who's trying to get something to go his way in this championship. Only 6 to 8 points behind. He won at Circuit of the Americas, and this place has a little bit of a similarity to Circuit of the Americas, at least in some parts. Of course, there's nowhere near the elevation change here as there is in that racetrack in Austin, Texas, but it could very well play into Faden's favor there. You got Samadillo, and you got Turner still in the top 6. Rodriguez and Trey Smith still in the top 6. So the top 2 guys in points looking to hold on and go for this pole at a place where passing is going to be very difficult. If you can start on the pole for this race, you can have a very good shot at winning the race. Logan Williams also there. He won the pole for Indianapolis about a month ago. And this corner right here reminds me a lot of that one corner at Indianapolis. I think it's either turn 7 or 8 at Indianapolis on the road course there. You got that quick transition, and sometimes those guys just lose the tires. And they just spin right around. Justin Zeidel pushing out Logan Williams, and the 24 of Reggie Fogelman pushing out the 41 of Trey Smith. So Fogelman is now inside the Fast 6 here at Portland, but Brian Rodriguez is also still inside that Fast 6, and that is not at all what Trey Smith wants heading into this race. Samadillo there is still the quickest driver here in qualifying. Rodriguez trying all he can to hold on. He actually improved his time right there. That may be enough to hold on to that Fast 6 spot. Get really, really interesting here in this qualifying session. Zachary Fitzwater, that other driver there, he's 11th right now. 4th in points is Landon Smith Jr. is 65 behind. He's 15th quickest. And then Nathan Faden also inside that top 6, that Fast 6. That's a good position for him right there. Cole Raymond is 75 behind. Is 10th quickest at the moment. And then you have Ace Garcia, 87 behind. Garcia was fast earlier on, but he has since fallen back to 22nd. Good run there for Justin Zeidel. It's been a very long time since anything's really gone his way in this series. Last won a race in his first ever start in 2018, and then won the championship in 2019. But since then, there has not been much success out of Zeidel in the Haas IndyCar Series. But a pole or a front row start here at Portland could very well mean a race victory. But, he's got Samadillo and Turner. Those are 2 longtime veterans, of course, to the channel who have not seen the best of seasons this year, who will both more likely be going for the pole. And then you have Brian Rodriguez, only 9 behind Trey Smith, going for the pole as well, going for a 2nd straight win in this series. It'd definitely be a huge win for Rodriguez if he could pull it off. And then you also have Nathan Faden, who's 5th in points coming into this race, up there inside that top 6. And how about Reggie Fogelman? I mean, we really haven't seen much of Fogelman this season, 21st in points, but a great opportunity for him to possibly get his first ever win on the channel. They're in the 6th position, just inside. Actually, let me rephrase that. He is tied with Noah Clifton for that transfer spot. Clifton is actually the one who would get inside the Fast 6. So Fogelman actually has to improve his time. So that's a bit of a heartbreaker there for Fogelman, because Noah Clifton actually holds the tiebreaker on points, and because of that, Clifton would actually be the driver inside the top 6. But starting on the inside lane in 7th isn't too bad either for Fogelman, so it's still going to be a great starting position nonetheless if things stay the way they currently stand. But I think Clifton was in the Fast 6 last week. I think Rodriguez was also in the Fast 6 last week at Pikes Peak, and now they're both going for the pole again. Trey Smith looking to start in the 9th position. That's not a bad place for Trey Smith, but Rodriguez is still ahead of him, and I'm sure he's not going to be happy about that. He's going to be doing all he can to get around him in the race tomorrow. Just have to see if it in fact works out for him. And also watch out for Nathan Faden. A win for Faden would definitely completely turn it over. It would put Faden right in that championship battle with 4 races to go. I mean, the whole season, it was Fitzwater and Trey Smith. They were the 2 guys to beat, and now they're starting to lose their touch in that championship lead, and some other guys are coming through the field here trying to have a shot at this championship. Nicholas Samedeo the fastest here. This is definitely a track that suits Samedeo's style here in the Haas IndyCar Series. A place that's difficult to pass. Of course, he's gotten wins before at Sonoma in this series as well, and of course a 2-time winner of the Indianapolis 250, but he last won in the Haas IndyCar Series right here at Portland in 2020. Ran second most of that race to Marty Johnson. Marty Johnson, near the end of the race, had an engine failure. That's another thing to watch out for tomorrow, is mechanical issues. We could see a little bit of that in tomorrow's race. Like I said, it's going to be a bit of a race of attrition, and that's going to make this event a little more interesting than you would expect. But definitely excited to see how it all goes down here in Portland, Oregon. Samedeo, Zaidel, Faden, Turner, Rodriguez, and Noah Clifton. The Fast 6. Reggie Fogelman does not hold that tiebreaker on Noah Clifton for that last transfer position, so Clifton would be the one going for the pole, and Fogelman will start in 7th. Looks like a lot of these times, they found their speed earlier on in the session, and as the tires wear it out, they definitely did not have the speed out there. So Samedeo, Zaidel, Faden, Turner, Rodriguez, and Clifton, the Fast 6 for Portland. We'll go ahead and show you guys the rest of the starting positions. Fogelman will start 7th. Logan Williams, Trey Smith will start 9th. Still a decent spot there for Trey Smith. And it's Cole Raymond. Zachary Fitzwater's not going to be too far behind either. He's right behind those guys. So a lot of those guys, you know, the top four of the top 5 in points, starting inside the top 11 there. And Landis Smith Jr. 15th midway through the field. But you got Brandon Nelson, Jay Knapp, Elijah Gordon, Landis Smith Jr., Scott Upton, Brandon Nelson, Thomas Troxel, Caleb Rose, Eric Monaco, Ethan Lewis, Angel Oliveira, Ace Garcia, Chris Reynolds, Zach Winkle, and Richard Kinghart. That's how they will line up from 7th to 26th. Samedeo, Zaidel, Faden, Turner, Rodriguez, and Clifton, the Fast 6 here from Portland. Let's go ahead and see who wins the pole for the Aero Grand Prix of Oregon here from the Portland International Raceway. And here we go, ready to set the starting lineup for the Aero Grand Prix of Oregon. We're going to determine the pole winner here and award a bonus play, and that could be huge, especially if Brian Rodriguez wins this pole. We got Nicholas Samedeo, Justin Zaidel, Nathan Faden, Jesse Turner, Brian Rodriguez, and Noah Clifton. The Fast 6 here from Portland. One of these 6 drivers will be leading us to the green flag tomorrow. The 26-lap event around this 1.95-mile road course in the Pacific Northwest. There's Turner and Samedeo coming out on the racetrack right now. And then you have Faden, Zaidel, Clifton, and Rodriguez. Rodriguez definitely the biggest one here inside this Fast 6, trying to gain everything he can on Trey Smith in these final 5 races. Of course, he's only 9 points behind, so he could easily take the points lead at the end of tomorrow's event. If he wins the pole here, it'll be an 8-point gap between Trey Smith and Brian Rodriguez heading in to 5 races left to go. How about Jesse Turner? 23rd in points this season. And with an opportunity here today at a pole at the Portland International Raceway, I believe he'd be going for his 25th career win tomorrow on the channel. And he joins Zachary Fitzwater as the only 2 drivers to have won at least 25 races. Nicholas Samedeo is trying to chase that as well. He's currently at 22 career wins on the channel, I do believe. Going for number 23 tomorrow. 2 of the most storied drivers on the channel right here in this Fast 6. Great to see it. Samedeo, 14th in points. It's been a bit of a mid-season for him. He really hasn't been up front that much, but he hasn't been the worst driver this season. He's only 133 behind, so a win could actually possibly put him in a bit of a position to maybe go for the championship. Like I said, everyone's still mathematically in the championship hunt coming into this race, so we'll just have to see how it all shakes up at the end of the day tomorrow. There's Zaidel in the number 5 machine. Another driver who's had a tough season. He's 19th in points, but of course the past champion of this series. Of course, his teammate Noah Clifton's also in this Fast 6. And then there's Nathan Faden in the 00 as well, who could easily find himself in championship contention with a good run here today. And Brian Rodriguez there in the number 13. Jesse Turner is going to be the first driver to complete a full lap under speed. He's going to go 105.3. I think the cloud cover rolling in has made this track a little bit faster, as Sam Medeo is now 104.86. Much faster than Jesse Turner right there. Here's Zidell. The number 5, he's going to cross the line here. And he's going to go to second, 105.0. Nathan Faden will be the next driver in line to complete a lap. Sam Medeo may very well just win this pole right here. That number 31 looks really fast for Northern Racing. And, considering that Sam Medeo has won here before, it would be a surprise to see him run well again this year. Faden's going to come across the line right here. 105.022. He's third quickest. Noah Clifton is just starting his fast lap. Rodriguez next in line. This is the big one right here, because Rodriguez, if he wins the pole, that'll be 8 points, and he's going to start on the pole, which means he's going to have a good shot at winning tomorrow if he does start from that top position. Rodriguez goes to second. 3 1/1000ths off of Sam Medeo's time, but Turner takes the top position, and then Sam Medeo takes it back. So Sam Medeo not letting Jesse Turner take that pole position away, but we could be seeing ourselves Sam Medeo and Turner leading us to the green flag tomorrow. Here's Zidell for his second lap. And Justin Zidell will not improve his time. Nathan Faden, he's going to complete his second lap here, and then Clifton will finally complete his first lap in this Fast 6 qualifying shootout. Here comes Nathan Faden, currently the slowest of the 5 who have completed a lap in this session. Across the line, Faden is going to go to... He's not going to improve. Clifton will go to 4th. That might be it. We'll have to see what Rodriguez can do right here. He's the last chance at taking it away from Sam Medeo, I believe. Coming across the line, Rodriguez improves his time, but is not fast enough to surpass Sam Medeo or Turner. And Nicholas Sam Medeo is going to win the pole, more than likely, for this Aero Grand Prix of Oregon. A minute left on the clock there to complete the times, with the driver still out there. So Justin Zidell will have an opportunity here. And he's going to go to second, but it's not fast enough for Sam Medeo. But Zidell looking to start on the outside pole for Portland. I would actually watch out for Clifton. He's got a second lap in the bag, and the second lap has been the fastest for most of these drivers here, so we'll have to see if the 23 machine could in fact do something. Watch out for Faden as well. He's going to complete his third lap. Faden goes to 5th, but Clifton is going to go to second. And he was 2 1/1000ths off of Sam Medeo. I mean, I was right about Sam Medeo there, but I was almost wrong. Here's Rodriguez. This is going to be his third lap, I do believe. And he improved. And Turner has taken the top position away from Sam Medeo. And that might be for the pole. So Sam Medeo didn't get it. I actually didn't think they were going to add an entire minute on the clock there. I thought, oh, that's it. Zidell back around. He's not going to improve his time. Jesse Turner is, I think, safe to say at this point that he's going to win the pole for the Aero Grand Prix of Oregon here from the Portland International Raceway. He's got it. Jesse Turner and Nicholas Sam Medeo on the front row from Portland. How about that for a throwback? Noah Clifton will start 3rd. Justin Zidell will start 4th. Brian Rodriguez will start 5th, so he's only going to be 4 positions ahead of Trey Smith, and Nathan Faden will start in the 6th position. Then it'll be Reggie Fogelman, Logan Williams, Trey Smith, Cole Raymond, Zachary Fitzwater, Brandon Nelson, Jay Knapp, Elijah Gordon, Landon Smith Jr., Scott Upton, Brock Nelson, Thomas Troxel, Caleb Rose, Eric Monaco, Ethan Lewis, Angel Olvera, Ace Garcia, Chris Reynolds, Zach Winkle, Richard Kingart. That is the full 26 cars starting lineup for the 26-lap event here from the Portland International Raceway tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on AG, the channel. Congratulations to Jesse Turner for winning the pole here from Portland. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Aero Grand Prix of Portland here in the Haas IndyCar Series 2022 season. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. We'll see you guys tomorrow from the Portland International Raceway. I will see you guys later.